that even when nobody's looking, even when nobody quote unquote cares, even when nobody's really interested in what you're doing, even when you are Hello family, hello friends, hello clan, welcome back to yet another video. My name is Kwena and today we're doing 30 lessons at 30. We are on lesson number 15. We are halfway. Please clap for me in the comments, please. I've been consistent and persistent on this channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. If you missed lesson number 14, go back. You don't want to miss it. I literally drop bars on that lesson. Okay, so today we're doing lesson number 15, and today's lesson is comfort and growth cannot coexist. I heard this saying or this quote not so long ago, and I was like, nothing could be more true. For me, at least, right? You can maybe disagree, but for me, sheesh. For me to really get into the things that I wanted to get into, or for me to really grow as an individual, I had to place myself in uncomfortable situations. And uncomfortable, I mean that I put myself in situations where I was financially uncomfortable to achieve a certain thing. I put myself in situations where I had to sacrifice certain areas of my life, certain comforts like being in certain social environments to get ahead in my life. I've had to put myself in uncomfortable situations by leaving a comfortable 9 to 5 to pursue something that I wanted. I've had to leave a comfortable job to pursue something that I was more passionate about. And I felt like this quote couldn't be more true. And oftentimes, especially if your life hasn't been such that you've been given everything on a silver platter, you're going to have to make some hectic sacrifices. And that's just the truth. I mean, ask anybody who's made anything of themselves or made, achieved some kind of success. They've placed themselves in very uncomfortable situations. They've taken risks that nobody has ever taken or wouldn't ordinarily take. They've really pushed ideas out in the world that the average person would question, be like, why are you doing that? What is that for? Does that even make sense? And pushing through that, even when nobody's looking, even when nobody quote unquote cares, even when nobody's really interested in what you're doing, even when you are struggling through it, even when you are trying to figure things out, that I've learned reaps the highest rewards, and there's nothing that I can say that how do I say this? There's nothing that I've sort of invested in or taken a chance on that I haven't seen returns from. Whether it's financial returns, whether it's returns in terms of opportunity or even a lesson. Because trust me, one thing about being in business or one thing about betting on yourself or one thing about entrepreneurship, you will lose money. And that is part of the lesson. That's part of the growth experience. And it's literally saying, how do I take this sort of thing that I have, this idea that I have, and push it forward? And even, for example, for you to be fruitful, you have to sow a seed. Like, the tree won't grow if there's no seed planted in the ground. And you need to go and make sure you water it, you remove the weeds, etc., etc. For it to grow, it needs to get enough exposure to the sun, it needs to get enough sun, water, it needs to get enough nutrients for it to grow properly. And the same thing applies to you. And there will be circumstances that that particular plant may be exposed to that may not be comfortable, but it is necessary for it to grow. For example, another one might be, it may come across weeds that may take its nutrients and water away from it. How does it grow in that kind of environment? There may be storms that may come over this particular plant. How does it withstand those storms? It may have challenges with its roots growing into the ground, but maybe, the soil isn't right. How does it overcome that? How does it, overcome these various obstacles, And that is what life is, in my opinion. And so I found this lesson so true, for me at least. Like, there's never been anything that I achieved that is of value, that I didn't have to work hard for, that I didn't have to be intentional about, that I didn't have to make sacrifices for. And the truth is, for me, comfort and growth cannot coexist. It's almost like you have to choose one or the other. But let me know in the comments down below what you think. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Join the GOLA Clan community. The link is down in the description. And stream my music. I'd highly appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
To the seed of hope, we say GOLA. To eternal joy and peace, we say GOLA. To our dreams, we say GOLA, GOLA, GOLA. GOLA, 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 GOLA.